everyone, and welcome back to the Sea of Bygone Eras. It's such a cool name, I can't resist it. Let's go ahead and switch this. There's no trees down here as far as I can tell. We are here to free Scylla, the fell dragon, who I'm pretty sure is friend-shaped, so I'm not too concerned about them being named the fell dragon. So let's go find this final chain and break it. Very peaceful down here. To be reawakening a fell dragon today. Oh, but there's a chest right there. Oh, look at the fishy. Oh, I think that's one I already got, actually. A mechanical fish with chests in its mouth. I think I got that one. I wonder how many of them there are down here, because I think I've gotten like 3. And I don't think there's that many. Thank you, thank you. Always need more of those for our dear Fontanian friends. Oh, nice. Let's see. Is this an answer from this world? Something like that. Hello, Mini Scylla. How are you doing today? Hopefully leading us to where we need to go. This is a long pathway. So there's the... Okay, so we need to go this way. Wait, there's another chest up here. Ooh. Hello, my little friend. You want me to destroy this guy? I'm sorry about this guy. Oh, no senseless carnage. That was not the answer to the puzzle. We'll try this then. Is that what you said, Desire? No. Little blue guy is still upset. Well, here's our friend who might give us a hint. This creature seems to feed off the energy of the symphony. Right, oh, do I feed this guy? No, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Perhaps I should pause it. I love these puzzles. There's so many different answers. That could be the key. Oh, right! It's rotating the right direction, isn't it? Okay, let's make sure it's facing the right way. Or rotate it towards the octopus, maybe? Aha! There we go. Everyone likes that. The octopus can sing to the flower can feed this little guy, and I get a chest. Call that a symbiotic relationship, or something. A healthy ecosystem. A little investigate for me, and thank you very much. Alright, let's go find this chain. Ooh. Something I can blow up. Oh, wait, I need this. Oh, I got those ores too. Oh, there's a little guy in there, huh? Let's do this one as well then, just in case there's 2. Oh, this guy's just gonna investigate. Thank you. Got him. Wow, really nice chests down here. Don't mind if I do, thank you very much. I'm getting a little turned around. I just know I need to go downward, so... Ooh. Oh, but it's crabbies. Let's find this chain again. I've gotten turned around that way. Not downwards, but into the cave now. Oh, hello. Oh my god, I'm in air. Don't die. Haha, good job. Oh, hello. Quest interaction? Leader. Hey you, yes you gibbering imbecile. I think that's how you say that. Why do you delay? Even if we waste away, the treasure won't move itself, surely. Nay, sir, it's just that they are simply too heavy. The dude they call idiot? Why? We've been at this all day, yet there's still so much left. Where, then, is the intrinsic merit in feeding that prodigious size of yours? It's treasure, you brute, treasure. Of course it's heavy. Besides, we confiscated all these treasures from those accursed barbarians, did we not? Leaving such wealth in the hands of those insects who live like swine and mongrels would be a terrible waste. But sir, don't you think we should have brought a few more ships if we wanted to haul all this back to Remuria? What are you, slow? Imperial cargo ships are not to be used for such a thing. You don't have to be mean to the guy. He's asking genuine questions. Is that a tombstone? Oh, it's probably another edict. Well, why don't we destroy what we cannot carry? Better than having it fall. Come on, guys. Is it just Paimon, or have we heard this conversation before? Sounds like when we first arrived in Petrichor. It's that bit with the treasure hoarders all over again. Yeah, those unlucky adventurers we drove off were saying similar stuff. Feels like this round's worse than the last, too. Is it possible they were turned into golems after the boat they were on sank? No, I'm thinking these are the golems that were possessing them. That's so creepy. Are you of Legio 9? What are you doing here? Esta! Should you all not have been ordered to retreat to Fort Charybdis? Oh, Fort Charybdis was a Romarian thing, huh? That makes sense, based on the name. Esta, what are you doing here? Hey, Esta, don't you dare ruin our fun, you hear? These barbarians are less than a threat than dead fish anyway, so just let us have our fun messing about here for a while longer, would you? These treasures. I don't know what orders your Harmost gave you. But did the Sebastos not order us to subdue these ignorant tribes and free them of fate's shackles? Those orders do not include such clearly criminal deeds. That's a really cool shot, actually. With that star-like stone behind him. Ah, surely you jest. The orders of our commander, mighty Dominus Boethius, were indeed to punish these savages harshly. Yeah, I'm getting the feeling that, Sebastos, that is Remus, though he wanted to get everybody into the symphony, whether they wanted to be there or not, he didn't include, like, you know, raise their towns and plunder their treasures in the orders. But of course Boethius would. And besides, we have received no punishment. That means that both Phobos and the Sebastos, our Imperator, approve of our actions. Or they have bigger things to be concerned about than you. Doesn't mean you can do this. Come on, guys. So what's all this talk about crimes? Are you trying to start trouble? What? There's another Esta here? Well, aren't things getting weirder by the moment? It appears that it is time to answer that question of yours. The one about Esta? The Esta you met in town must be a descendant of Romarians. Ah. His ancestor must have followed me to join the new nation all those years ago, becoming an ordinary Fontanian. As such, the symphony that has stolen these Fontanian souls would not affect him. But, in turn, the melody that records his ancestors' memories had nowhere to go, and so attached itself to that statue. So, you mean that Esta here is town Esta's ancestor, and the real Esta the quick-witted? What about the others? Just wandering souls, lost in their memories. Let us go have a look. You walk up together with Monsieur Os. Hello there, Esta. Yes, hello. And who are you exactly? You do not appear to be Romarians. Are you savages then? Oh, I'm just a passing traveler. Or, oh, I can get pretty savage. Well, this is a battlefield, and you put yourselves in great peril. You should leave this place, regardless of who you are. Esta, it is I. It has been a while? Skies above, it's you, Dominus Cassiodor. You so rarely appear in this form that I almost failed to recognize you. And as for these two, are they your attendants? You can just take that to be so. Actually, I'm his owner. Still, Dominus Cassiodor, what brings you here? Did the Sebastos not send you to... damnation, I cannot remember. Am I in some dream? That does seem to be the case. Surely you jest. Sebastos must have assigned you some secret mission again, or else I am an ignoramus. You guessed correctly. Oh. Oh, right. Then he was freed from the symphony in order to do this. Speaking of which, why are the Legionnaires of Legio 9 guarding these chains? The chains? You mean the treasure, yes? I believe them to be spoils of war. Though the Sebastos views war as naught but a sad necessity in fulfilling our grand aspirations, and has long outlawed such brutal behaviors. Exactly. You know as well as I that they have become commonplace nonetheless. We are on the path of darkness, though none perceive it. Dominus Cassiodor, what has happened? Phobos was meant to bring us happiness, but all I feel is a pain I cannot name. I, too, am searching for the answer to that question. But it appears that we will have to deal with the problem at hand first. Indeed. Still, those are our legionnaires. So, let us solve things peacefully, if we may. It would be really interesting if, I'm assuming peace talks will fail, if this Esta joins us on the battlefield against these guys. That'd be kind of cool. I'm kind of hoping he will. Ahem. Legionnaires of Legio 9? Huh? Who are you? Esta's little helpers? That we are. We are special envoys of the Imperator, our Sebastos. We are Cassiodor's retainers. We'll say we're Cassiodor's retainers. That seems the most accurate.
That's right. Dominos Cassiodor's retainers. That's who we are.
It seems you two have quite the penchant for acting. Oh, is this like a successfully lie your way through and you can resolve this peacefully? Interesting. My other instinct was to go for the, we were sent by Imperator idea, but they might have called us out for that one. Dominos Cassiodor, you say? I heard that the Sebastos had sent him to Arimorica? Has he returned so soon?
Well, the one next to us is, in fact.
I don't think we should tell them. We should tell them that we were just given a missive and told what to do.
Whatever the case, we have come to survey the frontline legions.
Right, I figured as much. I mean, we haven't gone to Fort Charybdis with the main body of troops. But we are the rear guard, trust. So some final cleanup is well within our range of duties, eh? Is this also a command from Phobos? Well, it should have guided our every move, but since coming here, there have been many times when we could not hear its melody. As such, we've fallen back on Dominus Boethius' directives. Ah, that impudent fellow. The Sebastos does not permit the harm of innocent people. Okay, that impudent fellow, and they might rise to his defense. Sebastos does not permit harm of innocents. They might claim that they're not innocent. Let's go with the innocent one, though. Ah, good. Innocent, you say? Yes, he did task us with helping these vulnerable humans before the war began. But our actions have the tacit approval of Phobos. Could its decrees ever be in conflict with the sacred word of the Sebastos? But you just said you couldn't hear it. Phobos could have made a mistake as well, yet you are not receiving the melody. Well, that is true enough. But in what can we place our trust, if not Phobos? Surely it would not stand idly by were we to diverge from the correct path. Phobos is a perfect creation. I counsel you, as a Romarian, to not doubt its directives. Perfect? Nothing is truly perfect. Phobos' silence signifies rejection. Yeah. I think that's a good way to put it. Yes, that is possible. How did I not consider that? Could our rash actions have caused Phobos to cease guiding us? If so, then it bodes very ill. Very well. You speak true. We must reconsider our actions. In truth, I do not know how things came to this. There's been a strange feeling in my heart since this war broke out. We were meant to pursue freedom and happiness, but Phobos led us here instead, step by step. Has something gone wrong? What could it be? It's Boethius. It's all that guy's fault, really. If you meet with the Sebastos upon your return, please apprise him of our circumstances and our doubts. You'll be doing us a truly great favor.
Don't worry, we will!
Yay! Oh my god, peaceful resolution! At least we finally got those two to withdraw! Now none shall stand in the way of us removing the chains. I was wondering where my mouse was. Ooh! Ooh!
A reward on the road.
That's the third one I was forgetting. Of course! A reward on the road! There we go. Re-entered into the voice banks. Hello. You look so cool. I know I need to break the chains. I'm just looking at stuff. Look, there's an investigate. Boop. Ancient engravings. You coveted the glory of Lugdunensis, and yet razed the city to the ground, fashioning shackles for her. Faunus, just what manner of barbarian damsel shall be your spoils of war after you murdered her lover? What manner of youth oils your body with luxurious perfumes while filling your cup with fine Biturian wine? Since the inevitable death following your footsteps has finally caught you, plunging with you into eternal decay. Interesting. There's the Paimon symbol in the background. I feel like the background of notes like this is usually a little bit more detailed. Maybe ancient notes get this more simple version? Okay, a couple thoughts about that. I'm finding it very interesting, and quite nice actually. We're seeing a pattern here of these ancient civilizations falling after committing acts of war against Esta! Not against Esta, but against the civilizations around them. And also, you know, internal corruption being a huge factor. We saw this with Gurabad, for instance, as well. Hi, Esta. God King above, thank you, Dominus Cassiodor. In any event, it seems that this issue has been resolved for now. And the other idea was that engraving made me think of the ideas we were talking about death last time. And I wanted to, I think, clarify some of the words I used, because I don't think I expressed myself well. I'm thinking that death in this world might be sort of a natural process that is kind of baked into the world. And so that's why different regions can have different beliefs about death, and those different beliefs may be correct. Because they're observing how that natural process, wow, that's so cool, is manifested within the world, basically. And what's really interesting about this is that it seems to be suspect to control by various divinities in various areas. Because I am thinking about, like, you know, the wind thing in Mondstadt, and about how that does appear to be true. We saw Venti doing something along the lines of collecting a soul to allow it to pass on during his story quest. So it's kind of like, it seems like, just based off what we've seen so far of different deathly beliefs around the world, death is something that is in the hands of the gods. And therefore they're able to do things like curse people with deathlessness, like they did to the pure-blooded Conrians, and like Focalors did to Farina. But then it's sort of like a collective ability, maybe? Because if it's sort of a function of the world that is suspect to divine control, then maybe different gods can all interact with it. Or maybe not. I do find it very interesting that the only god, to my knowledge... Oh no, that's not right, because of Focalor. Yeah, the only gods we've seen interact with death so far are Venti and Focalor. Venti with collecting a soul after death, and Focalor with kind of removing the opportunity for death. Which really makes me think that death is indeed under the purview of the gods, at least at the moment. I'm guessing it's sort of like, it's part of the heavenly principles and the natural laws, which are currently controlled by Celestia. And therefore the gods can control it as well? I don't know. Interesting that Venti was able to do what he did after losing his Gnosis, though. That's a detail I want to keep in mind. Let us continue onward. It is time to end the story of the past. So, what's the deal with you and Esta? As you have seen, he was a friend of mine, and one of the survivors of Remuria's destruction. In later days, he followed me into the newborn fontaine and was laid to rest there. The spring waters responded to us, who were entrapped in rock, just as it did ordinary Fontanians. Oh my god, speaking of deathly beliefs, the spring water's taking you away, eh? And he had children of his own, building a family there. Oh, right, more like beliefs around the birth, and the thing about praying at the Fountain of Lucine. His bloodline became joined to that of Fontaine, and all came to forget that he was no ordinary mortal. A good fate, no? Ooh. And I'm remembering a point that I also was thinking about, but I haven't quite... Oh my god! We must be good friends by this point. Oh my god. It's so cute. I'm getting distracted. So something else I've been thinking about when it comes to beliefs about death and the function of death in this world is I wonder how the ley lines play into all this. Because we've seen, such as like an A story quest, how, I mean, we've seen in general how ley lines carry memories and can manifest memories. Like, you know, with ley line outcroppings, though that might be more people being drawn to the ley lines, but also with like artifacts and the trees and domains and whatnot. And then in A story quest, we saw specifically the memories of perished soldiers, I believe they were, trying to fight off the onslaught of darkness that were carried in the ley lines. So I'm wondering just how memories and death intersect. You know, does that imply that the ley lines collect souls after death? And that's sort of the general function? But then, what is the wind's role in all of this? Oh, that's so pretty. You know, does the... Oh, they're joining together again. Oh, you've become whole. That is gorgeous, my goodness. What do you think, Cassiodor? Oh, Esther! It seems that you've resolved our previous problem. I suppose that means you'll be rushing ahead toward your next goal, then. Yes, I'll be counting on you to take care of this place, Esther. Also, remember that it is better to trust the wisdom of your heart, rather than handing all judgment of right and wrong over to Phobos or any Harmost. Nicely said, Cassiodor. The Sebastos created Phobos to free us from our servitude to destiny. But the people's blind faith has led us into enslavement more frightful still. In the future, you may encounter a similar choice once more. I hope you will make the right decision when the time comes. Dominos Cassiodor, why are you suddenly speaking of such things? Still, I shall keep your words in my heart. I, Esta, shall uphold my own sense of justice. That is good. Farewell, Esta. I believe we shall meet again. Oh, that was nice. A little bit of closure for
on the road.
Cassiodor, perhaps. Alrighty. Oh wait, there's an oculus in here? It's just like last time. I can't see it at all. Maybe it's downwards. There you are. Hey buddy, are you gonna attack me? Oh, you're Esta. You moved. I've indeed received Dominos Cassiodor's message. No matter what others may do, I will not stray from my path. But even if we continue like this, even if our legions conquer all before them, just what will the future of this nation look like? We have no choice but to rely upon the wisdom of the Sebastos. Okay. So he's basically saying that he's taken Cassiodor's message to heart, he will listen to his own heart and try to do good. But he's not planning to overthrow Dominus anytime soon, or whatever his name is, Sebastos. He still relies on his wisdom to guide them in the future, you know? But at least he's not going to be blindly faithful to Boethius anymore, like many people are, perhaps.
Where'd that come from?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Not me.
Sorry, Navia. I cooked more food before this, specifically for this reason. I really do want another healer on this team, but I just don't have any that match with the team composition that I want. It'd be really nice if I could have Baiju. If only I got him on the Larua Chronicled Wish, you know? Oh, we should get Oz back on the field. Where is he?
One shall descend once again.
I'm not even going to react to that. I'm still thinking about death. In a philosophical way. Because if we do think that the ley lines...
An
Ooh,
answer from this world?
nice drops. We've been getting really good drops down here. I'm quite delighted. If we think about ley lines and them possibly having a function as part of the cycle of death in this world, then if they're handling it, then how is it possible, like my current theory supports, oh my god, crabbies, for there to be multiple other functions of death in different, you know, nations, and leading to the different beliefs around life and death and birth in the different nations that we've seen little bits and pieces of? Could it be that the ley lines are just like the default, but the gods could manually step in if they so desired? That definitely points to the ley lines being creations of divinity, and the whole ley line system in Irminsul and all. Being creations of divinity that they can interact with or override if they so desired. I think it's less of an overriding though. Ooh. 1, 2. Boop! Oh my god, did I just destroy Oz? Sorry, buddy. Oh, he's probably going to talk to me about this. They're so cute. Oh my god, they're adorable. Okay. But yeah, so that's just some ley line thoughts. Why can't I use my egg? Is it because I'm in that mode? Oh, interesting. That's good to know. But yeah, so this is just some thoughts about death, I suppose. And I am excited to see them built out more. Yeah. Alright, whale. Or dragon, I suppose. Sorry, dragon. Ooh, you speak! Ah, such... Let's see. I know that Scylla is male in this story, but I can't do that many deep voices. Ah, such warm ocean currents. Free at last. Well now, little ones. Hail you from the surface. I know not for what reason you have come to this deep water prison, but...
We aren't little anything. You're just way too big.
Paimon, you are very little. Who is it that calls us little ones? Yaimiko. Yaimiko calls us little ones. If you let Yaimiko call you a little one, surely Scylla can too. Ha! Very well. Either way, you have broken the shackles that have bound me for millennia. That places me in your debt. If there is any undertaking in which I may aid you, then speak. Consider it a token of my gratitude. You are surprisingly chill for having been supposedly attacking the city and then bound for millennia and then suddenly freed. Did you just kind of chill out over those millennia, or were you never attacking this place to begin with?
Paimon knew you'd be a reasonable guy. Anyway, Paimon's name is Paimon, and she's Vega. And this is... actually, Paimon's not sure what you'd know him by, but we call him Monsieur Os.
Ah, Cassiodor, it is you. It has been a while. So, you came back after all. But still, you are sadly late. By a few thousand years, no less.
Oh, looks like the big guy knows you, Monsieur Os.
I have nothing to say to despicable traitors. Oh, Cassiodor. Speak not so rashly, mortal. We are dragonborn. Is this we including Cassiodor, or is this we like the royal we? We keep all our promises and betray none, which is more than can be said for your haughty race. Save your breath. It is worth less than a drowning mayfly. Your betrayal is undisputed. Were we not defeated in that war precisely because you turned against us? If we hadn't lost that war, our nation, the Sebastos, wouldn't have... Ah, you've been gone for far too long, Cassiodor. The truth is not what you imagine. Though I suppose that a secret plan would not have been secret had its details reached your ears. Secret plan? My leading an army of Vishops to assault the capital was, in fact, part of Remus's final secret plan. Oh, this is so interesting. Oh, you know, another thing that we need to keep in mind is, as we're learning about Remuria, and it seems like we're finally about to start learning the secrets of Remuria, the note by the Fort of Charybdis, actually, the Tower of Ipsissimus, mentioned of the 4 samsara cycles of this world, Remuria was one of them. Or at least one of them was named after Remuria. So I'm very interested to see how the history and story of Remuria might inform that. I believe that cycle was, oh goodness, what was it? It was the one of the original sin and baptism. So, my guess so far is that the original sin that keeps popping up all over the place is people using primordial power to create life. So I'm really wondering what Remus's final secret plan was. And he did all this to save his nation and people. A man of great moral character. That sounds preposterous. Had he gone mad too? Also, this is pretty cool that Scylla, as a Dragonborn, approved of Remus. Interesting.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Why would a ruler ask someone else to invade their own country?
And what, little one, would ones such as you or I know of Remus's thoughts? Whatever the case, look upon this, Cassiodor. Oh my god, those little... Oh, they're golden bees! Are you watching us? Even you should be able to divine its meaning. The guiding golden bees! They should only heed the call of the symphony. Why would the Sebastos bestow his power upon a savage dragon? Because they had an arrangement. Oh, you know much, little one. From where did you learn that? From memories, scattered in the sea. So when he was looking up, was he speaking to Scylla then? You speak correctly. Yes, indeed. We did have an arrangement. But I failed him. I squandered his noble sacrifice. I could not make it to Domus Aurea in time, and so the waves devoured the whole city, and my kindred could not escape either. Sounds like you tried your best, though. How could such a thing be? If it is betrayal you speak of, Then Boethius was the true traitor. Were it not for that lying devil, that deceitful rat, and his silver-tongued deceptions, how could a prince among dragonkin such as I, who once led our armies after the age of the ancient... who once led our armies after the age of the ancient dragons, have been beaten so easily? That devil first falsely claimed to have given up resistance on Remus's orders, saying he had ordered the legions to cease resistance. Yet when we arrived here, he suddenly rose up against us. Now that I have had much time to think on it, I fear he must have learned of Remus's plan somehow, and thus was able to set up such an inescapable trap and to lure me in, step by step. And thus did my flesh and blood turn to stone, and thus did it remain for millennia, to this day, when you rescued me. Boethius knew perfectly well what a massive calamity his actions would bring about, yet he still... Could he have been trying to seize control over Phobos? Was that why he committed such sins? Seems we don't have the full story yet.
So, the guy who keeps calling others traitors was actually a traitor through and through?
Yeah, I think he saw himself as above all and knowing best, even more so than Sebastos. And so he was trying to kind of run on his own plan. And so everybody who was working technically for Sebastos still was a traitor to him. What an egomaniac.
But why though? Are we gonna have to ask him? Someone doubts we'd get a straight answer.
So that loathsome, recalcitrant demon worm has yet to dissipate, has he?
Yeah, and he's stolen the souls of a whole bunch of Fontanians, too. Rescuing them is actually the main reason we're here. He said that he'd wait for us within Domus Aurea. Well, he just said that he'd wait for Monsieur Oz, so we're coming along uninvited. Not even leaving a door, though. How rude of him.
The Initiamiani. Huh. Though feeble tricks and smokescreens have been set to dismay us. But at the end of the day, it's nothing more than a glorified stone door. I may have lost my physical body, but it is no great labor to take the little ones over to settle the matter. Watch closely, little ones. Go for it, Scylla. All these centuries later and you finally get to break through this thing. Oh, that looks so cool.
Ooh, you're pretty reliable, huh, big guy?
Now, we simply need to break these revealed seals one by one. If you are prepared, then let us go.
Well then, Monsieur Oz, are you ready?
Now that it's come to this, we have little choice.
Alright then. What about you, Vega? Ready?
Let's go. I've done a bunch of exploring around here. I'm ready to move on to the next part. So let's see, what do you suppose Ooh. They said something, but I don't even know who was speaking and what they said, but there was dialogue there for an instant. Wow. Just like the giant ruin guard. Thank you, Scylla. Down we go. But yeah, what do you suppose Remus's plan was? To have the city destroyed? I'm wondering if... Oh, there isn't much time. Keep up, little ones. If we think about the...
Whew, that was close. How dangerous.
There's basically 3 issues here. There's the symphony. Oh, everyone keeps talking. It's dangerous here, stray not too far from me. Oh, minigame time? Oh, we're being attacked. Scylla's protecting us. Press the button to have Scylla shatter the stone. Thank you, Scylla. Wow, little force field of protection. For my being left with naught but this tiny body, there would be no need to take such a road to the capital.
Yeah, so there's other paths, but you just said that we had to come this way.
Unlike you, I was once able to cross freely between different bodily forms. Wow, Knight Sitzenkreuz would be impressed. Whee! This music is cool. I'm being separated from the group. No, stay close. Oh, cool. Little path for me. Can I move? I don't think I can really move. I'll just trust.
look, Paimon can finally see the exit.
Here we are. Where is Paimon? I'm a little concerned. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh. There's the aqueduct. And everywhere you look, it looks like there's giant pipes everywhere, like organ pipes. Truly part of a great symphony, isn't this whole city?
We're finally here. And there's Domus Aurea. It looks more like a gigantic harp, though. Why did the Ursebastos construct it like that?
Oh, of course, the harp. It certainly seems well preserved. Completely different from all the ruins above.
Yeah, it feels like this only just sank.
Or only just sunk? Of course, this palace was fashioned from a giant ship. It was designed to be a titanic instrument on which the symphony was to be played. That is so cool. See those pipes extending outward? Though the symphony now lies broken, this was how it once would be broadcast to the four corners of the world. Wow, the music is so nice.
The whole palace is an instrument? The entire thing? Then wouldn't this entire water body start vibrating if it were to play? Might get blasted apart like tofu if we get too close.
Meow meow? What is tofu?
Wait, you've never had any, Elsa? Oh, then it might be hard to explain. We could always take you to go have some next time. Wait, can cats even eat tofu?
Also, look, we have a teleporter already. The Eternal City. Indeed. Remus's will protects this place still, just as I expected. No wonder that brazen, shameless traitor has endured even till this day. Remus's will. Wow, powerful. I imagine that Boethius owes his survival of time's erosion to having laid low in the palace for all these millennia. And over those long years, he gradually mastered the power of Phobos.
Well, now that we're here, we should meet up with that rude guy. He might just be shocked to see us for all you know.
In that case, let us part ways for now.
Huh? You're not coming along?
You're not afraid, are you? You've been a great help already. And I was pleased to be of aid. But to tell the truth, I have no desire to see that one ever again. Yeah, that was my guess. I wish to never again hear a word from that devil's mouth. His words are a sham, and shameful are his lies. See that you do not fall for them. Besides, I could not help you even if I came with you, for I am but a temporary occupant of this Ichor-made body. Ooh, so this is Ichor. Were battle to be joined, I would have no recourse. Oh, well then, you know, do you suppose Ichor is their word for primordial water? Because Scylla looks awfully a lot like the primordial sea. And that... Ooh, okay, let's think about this. Because Remus made the bodies of the Remorians with Ichor in their veins. And that's very similar to what Egeria did with the bodies of the Oceanids into Fontanians. Ichor, or primordial seawater, ran through their veins still. Oh, look, an Oculus. So, what's going on here in Remuria exactly? Because we have three issues pretty much. If my suspicions are correct, Remus must have gotten in trouble from Celestia? Was Celestia around at the time? Oh, they would have been around even if the Archons weren't quite yet established. I'm guessing Remus got in trouble with Celestia for creating the immortal bodies of his people, and that would definitely fit with the original sin and baptism part of the four samsara cycles, if it is indeed what we suspect it to be, or at least what I suspect it to be currently, which is creating life using primordial power. Oh my god, it all aligns. That has to be it. And then the other things to consider in Remuria, though, so we've got the immortal bodies of his people, which probably got him in trouble. Then there's the prophecy. And it's interesting that the prophecy, it's not exactly the prophecy as we know it, but Remus saw the future. And in the future, he saw the people drowning, right? And he was basically seeking to avert that fate through his symphony. And his symphony then caused issues because of people like Boethius, who took things too far. And, you know, Remus saw, it was said, war as a necessary sorrow, basically. He did want to forcefully subjugate everybody into the symphony so that he could break fate, and then theoretically free people again. But it was still conquest, and people like Boethius just took it way too far with, you know, enslavement and pillaging and all these horrible things that he was doing. So the symphony started to break down, and I think that's what those motes of sorrow that Remus was talking about, I think that's where they came from. So then the question is, why did he have Scylla attack the city? Do you suppose this was his attempt to do what Focalor did, and fulfill the prophecy and break it at the same time? Because maybe, I mean, you think about the whale attacking Fontaine, maybe Remus even saw that something like that would happen. So he said, okay, Scylla, attack the city, and at this time I will activate the symphony and bring everybody into the perfect pattern so that we can, like, break fate. That sort of thing. But then things went wrong because Boethius betrayed them. Possibly. So that could be it. I'm wondering. I still want to see more presence from Celestia in this story, because I do think he would have gotten in trouble for what he did with the immortal bodies. Oh wait, Scylla was saying, were battle to be joined, I would have no recourse. Not that I would mind terribly, but no gain would salve the loss of his seizing the symphony that Remus bequeathed onto me. Let us part here for now. Though I cannot aid you in battle, I can use the currents to send you hence. Come with me, should you need such aid. Ooh. We might have to move quickly at a certain point, huh? Regardless, let us meet again once you have vanquished that traitor. When that time comes, perhaps I too shall have the chance to make amends for my past regrets. Okay, is that a tutorial sound? It sure is. Prince of Dragonborn, Scylla. Super cool. Haven't we seen Prince of Dragons somewhere before? Was that in that artifact set that we read that one time? Maybe read it again. Oh, look at the little dragon whale button. That's so cute. Scylla was a prince over the Dragonborn in the distant past, and though he has lost his bodily form, he can still command the currents. When you get within a certain distance of him, you can summon high-speed currents to move to his side, interact with him, and ask him to summon intense currents to send you to a target location. Interesting. If you aim at specific targets when choosing where to go, he might have other things to say as well. Scylla will roam the ocean depths. When you are exploring the Sea of Bygone Eras, he will move according to the body of water you are in. Super cool. Oh, nice! Versalia's Rhapsody. Versalia? What does that mean? That has to be a name of something or someone, right? Oh my god, we're surrounded by oculi. Did we get a new map? We did! Alta Semita, Collegium Phonoscorum, and Clivus Capitolianus. Okay. Let's see. Oculi, where are they? Priorities. Where's that one we were staring at during that cutscene? In the pipes, maybe? There's an investigate down there. There you are. Man, it would be so cool if these pipes activated. You would feel it rattle your bones, like Paimon said. What's this? Wow, thank you. Okay. Now, where was that other Oculus? We were over here, and it popped up this way? Is that right? Uh-oh. I've lost it already. Here's the investigate I was staring at during that whole conversation. Oh, I want to get into that rock, but I don't want to hurt those little guys in the process. Alright, we got this. Oh, there's the whale! Hey, buddy. Whee! Hi. Take care not to fall afoul of his deception. You sure you don't want to come with us? I fear that I shall be of little help. Come back once you have defeated that traitor. When that time comes, perhaps I too shall be able to amend my past regrets. I hope so. I hope you can get closure. Scylla, do you know where that Oculus went? I can't find it. Oh, Cassiodor's here. Hello? There we go. Cassie! Where are you? Here he is. There's the Oculus. Thank you, Cassiodor. Is it down here? Oh, I bet it's in there. Oh my god, look at the little fish! Oh my god! Oh, these are so cute! You're kidding me. That might just be one of the cutest things I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. And they're little- I love how the fish down here are deep sea fish. They're anglerfish. Haha! They're adorable. I'm so happy right now. Ooh, there is kind of a path down here. Ooh, it's a challenge! Go ahead and do this one. Get in the right angle before I start launching myself. There we go. Please send me to the right path, thank you. A little bit over, a little bit down. Look at those fish. Wow, these are pretty. I wasn't expecting new fish varieties. Man, there was so much biodiversity in the Fontanian waters. Oh goodness, I've already forgotten the other line. There's so much to do down here. I love it. What a rich environment. Do I still have the boom power? I do. Oh, here's a rock. Maybe it's in here, not the other one. Ah, perfect! Great, I don't have to hurt those little guys. Oh, hi little guys. Oh god, are you firing at me? Oh no, they're firing at each other, it would seem. Okay, that's fine then. I want that teleporter next. Ooh, hey, another challenge actually. Maybe you'll take us someplace interesting? Ooh! Oh, hello. Collect sufficient particles before... I can't move! The fish does. I think we were battling. Maybe I should have gone in front of it to steal its catch. But you know what? It seems to have worked out. Ooh, I can do it again? Why do you let it get a head start? I'm trying to collect bounty. Loot. Get in line. Go, 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 go. Ah, I failed. Okay, that's fine. Where is this challenge? I have a chest that's like half open. There's gotta be stuff floating in the water. Did it auto-collect? Uh-oh. Hopefully it did. Okay, this time I do want to go in front of it. So it's over there. Ah! I did it. The turning is so tricky. Chest. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, let's do it again. There's two of them. Well, we're going to go in front of this one because there's more in this one's path. Sharp turn, sharp turn. Okay, come on. Go here. Get these guys. Haha! I did it. Oh, look at these stingray guys! Wow! They're so pretty! Man, I really thought that there were plenty enough varieties of fish in Fontaine, but there's even more! This is so cool! And they're all deep sea! I love this. Oh, I don't have that ability right now. Let's see, is there a blubber beast nearby? There is, pardon me, buddy. Am I too far away? Yes, I am. There we go. Am I doing this right? Maybe I have to go kind of back and forth. Because they showed us a big old grid. I'm missing several. Did I do it? I find myself a little bit perplexed. Isn't there a line in the middle? What is going on here? Is the idea to activate all these ones at the same time? Or are these ones feeling left out? Maybe that's what it is. I need a bigger range of view. Oh, there's one more on the end. There you are. Okay. Yeah, there they are. Okay, okay. Let's try this again. Can I reach? I sure can. Okay, those guys will go for a little while. do it? I did it. Okay, good. Very satisfying. A little perplexing. Okay. Ooh! Definitely haven't spoken to you yet. I need this. I need to do that. Perfect. A reward on the road! That's what it was! Aha! Alright, we made it to the teleporter. And there's an Oculus. We are really going to be able to make a jump in our Fontanian towers, aren't we? Statues, that is. Oh, hello. Time to rock. Oh. Oh. Oh my god, are these judges? Is this a little... a little music, like, competition type thing? Bye, putty. You can go play with the crystal flies. Ooh, Remartime flowers. Fare thee well, I suppose. Guess you're gonna go hang out with those little wormies? That was... oh my god, not the judges all turning around. That's so sad. Hi, guys. Ooh, you can even hear the music. I think we need to get this started. How do I do that? I saw a thing pop up for a second. There we go. Okay, get these guys out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did it! Oh, and the octopus learned new. That's amazing. Learned something new. We're helping this octopus follow its dreams of being a star. My new priority in life. Here you go, buddy. Oh! From the, blubber beast. Really learning from all your peers. From your community. How wonderful. Hey, buddy. Sorry, I'm teaching an octopus how to sing. Oh no, we've got to free them! Oh, darn, I'm blubber beast right now. I don't know how effective that'll be. Not at all. Okay. We need more power! We need to free them, these creatures of the deep. They've got to have given me something nearby, right? Stay right there, okay? Ah, there you are. Also, look at this sparkle. It'd be really funny. It'd be so funny if there was a missing persons poster right there. Whenever I see a sparkle on a wall like that, I'm like, oh, is this a new readable? You helping me find my brother? So, that'd be entertaining. Logically impossible, but very funny. Oh, now you're going to become a group act! Yeah, there's 3 judges, 3 contestants. Show them what you've got. You can do this. I look forward to watching your performance. I love how there's flying fish down here. We're very deep underwater. I don't know how soon they'll be flying. I need a good seat. I need maybe to start them? Are you ready? Go for it. The spotlight from the anglerfish. That is so cute. And you can hear their tiny little song. Good job, team! You did it! You made your dreams come true! With the power of friendship. That's incredible. I just realized that these guys make noise. What an interesting little tapping sound. I can like feel that in my ear canal. Is this what they call ASMR? Alright, let's go check on Scylla. Sorry to keep you waiting, Scylla. But it does give me a chance to kind of hear what you have to say. Oh, you're saying the same thing. Maybe you'll say more things once we talk to the guy. Let's see how we do this. So, ooh, though it was a creation of a usurper lord of humanity, it was still imbued with great ideals. To think that a demon now has mastery over it. Also, really interesting that Scylla has been using the phrase devil and demon a lot. I think that's the first time we've really heard those words in this world. So Scylla, does that mean that devils and demons exist? Were those the natural enemies of the dragons? Before the first who came along and all that? Those mad believers of Collegium Bonoscorum once tried to incorporate non-human creatures under the control of the Golden Symphony. To this end, they built Twisted Creation. Fascinating. And I guess they were not able to join the Symphony. Okay, I think that's everything we can really see. Oh, the palace. Yeah. The whole instrument gets the same thing. Okay, so change direction. What's this do? I can turn around. A Sealy! Oh my god. Hey, Scylla, what do you think of the Sealy? I would really love to know your perspective on that one. Okay, nothing else there. So, shall we launch ourselves? Let's launch ourselves. It would be nice to go straight to the palace. But I do want this Oculus. So, boom. V-Shop Core Scylla? I'm not gonna space. I want to keep going as much as I can. So if we get this Oculus, then maybe I will throw us back to Scylla. And we can fast travel to the palace. 3 investigates right here. If I get all 3, do I get a chest? 4 investigates. No, just a very lively little bed of coral. Scylla's on the move again! Pardon us, Scylla. We go to face him now. Let's do this. To the palace. Is that where I need to go? Yeah, my quest is kind of in this direction. Let's go to the main gate. I don't think we can make it all the way there anyways. Will space launch us again? Oh, it does. Cool, okay. I thought it was like Chenyu Vale and it would bring us outwards. Alright, release me. I want to get that Oculus. Into the path. Lovely. Up we get. Ooh, this purple gold. Kind of feels like the beginning of Arceum energy. Wow! That must be like the front steering wheel for the ship? What would you call that? Okay, what did I want to do? Look at my tutorials just so that this stops talking to us. Perfect. Inwards. On we go. Wow. It almost has that little divine rainbow on it. Almost, but not quite. Did it not quite reach that power, or is it not activated? Good morning, folks. Please don't kill us. Look at all these guards. Cassiodor, this guy. Dear friend, I knew you would come. Uh-huh. Ah, and the uninvited barbarians.
When it comes down to it, you're not the boss of this place. Besides, it was Osa who brought us here. That counts as an invitation as far as Paimon's concerned.
Really? You're the discourteous one here.
Exactly. And we've heard all about it, you know. All the bad stuff you've done.
Silence, you noisome, obstreperous insects? I am speaking to Cassiodor. Do not interrupt. Vega, Paimon, I'll take care of this. Botheus, I have come as promised. Honor your pledge and relinquish the souls of the surface dwellers. I mean, this is definitely a trap, right? And he's not going to do that. But I don't mind relinquishing them by force. Hehe. They do not deserve to suffer just a little bit of vengeance, you know? They do not deserve to suffer this unforeseen calamity. The grudges between us should stay between us. You call this unforeseen? Have you not looked upon our kindred? They lie trapped in these lightless waters like walking corpses. Are they not supposed to walk upon sunlit shores? If my brief internment of surface folk souls is a disaster bereft of rhyme and reason, then what would you call the millennia-long suffering of our kind? Listen, and listen well. The judgment of the surface peoples has only just begun. No, the one who imprisoned them was you. And it was you who turned our kin into monsters. We, once had a choice. So long as we discarded our old grudges, the Mistress of Waters agreed to accept us into a new nation. But you used them, took advantage of their pain, their trust in you. You turned them into tools of your ambition. That was their choice. They chose the old order, not the honeyed death you brought. And just as they gave unto us the conducting batons the Sebastos bestowed upon them, so too are we duty-bound to lead them onto the correct path. How dare you swagger, you shameless traitor! You who betrayed the Sebastos' trust and led our nation to ruin. Ah, I hear that vile dragon slander in your words, and you would believe a foe of our nation rather than your kin and comrades? I serve no god, no king, only mighty Remuria, and our noble ideals. Remus proved unworthy to reign supreme from the moment he uttered that perverse command, and so there are no traitors. If anything, it was I who rescued our nation from his error. Exactly, he thought he knew best. Not exactly as in I'm agreeing with this guy, but exactly as in this is what we thought happened. He thought he knew best, better even than Remus, and so he decided to follow his own plan and thought that he would be better at subverting fate and creating the new destiny that was promised to Remuria. He colluded with our foes, commanding the vile Drake to flatten our cities. He even attempted to destroy the Grand Symphony, which would have consigned us to live under Fortuna's yoke once more. How could I have stood aside and done nothing in the face of his madness? And so you betrayed him. You shut the Initiamiani. And in the end, Phobos' power went out of control, and the royal palace sank into the depths. Will you not open your eyes to the truth? It was Remus who betrayed us, betrayed Phobos. That was the true prelude to tragedy. I have already spent thousands of years struggling to recreate the symphony of the past, weaving the broken melodies together in the deep waters just to recreate what you hear now. No. In your hands, it has become harsh, and the discordant voices of agony and hate denounce your violence. Ah, and who decides what is harmonious or not? Is it not absolute power? Remus bent the knee to the savages and odious dragons precisely because he failed to comprehend this. Oh, I hate this guy so much, actually. But it matters not. This inverted world shall soon be righted, and I shall become the new Sebastos. That is impossible, Boethius. You are but a mortal human. Humans can never become gods. Really? But what about the vision system? What about Vanessa? Either the vision system or Vanessa is all a lie, or the vision system was put into place after Cassiodor's era. Did visions only start being awarded after the Archon War? I wonder. But did Vanessa ever receive a vision? I don't think so. Well, I don't think we saw her receive one. But it doesn't make sense that she didn't if she then ascended. Because what we saw in the manga is that, we saw her whole revolution against the tyranny that was in Mondstadt at that time. Through Ursa the Drake, right? Oh my god, Ursa the Drake! A dragon! What does Ursa the Drake have against Mondstadt? Do you think Ursa is a real dragon or an artificially created one like Durin? Because... Also, what is it with artificially created dragons and attacking Mondstadt? Well, I suppose Elinas. Was Elinas also a dragon? Or more along the lines of a sea beast? Because Elinas accidentally attacked Fontaine. But anyways, getting really sidetracked there. So, humans can never become gods, says Cassiodor. But what we saw with Vanessa's story, and what we heard from Venti, is that a vision... Isn't it Venti who told us this? That visions are... Or vision wielders are allogenes, meaning they are people with the potential to become gods. So it seems like, from that statement, that if you receive a vision, you can then potentially become a god if you ascend further. But I'm wondering if maybe the opposite is kind of what's going on. Visions are given to people who have the potential to become gods in order to stop them from becoming gods. The whole idea with visions kind of being an object of control, or a vector of control, that is. Maybe they are suppressing these people, actually. Because here's an idea. If visions only started being awarded... when? If it was after the Archon War, then it could be, hey, we had a bunch of gods, we brought the number down to 7, we don't want any more gods, here we go, visions, nobody else is going to become a god. But that doesn't quite make sense, because Vanessa ascended after the Archon War. But maybe Vanessa didn't receive a vision. We never saw her... Did we see her receive... I don't think we ever saw her receive one. In the manga, it just kind of skips ahead. There's the revolution, there's Ursa the Drake, and then there's the end where she's a god. Theoretically. Maybe she's not. But it seems like she is. She's watching through the birds, you know? So then, the other option is... You know, because what's up with the Heavenly Principles? Maybe 500 years ago, when the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles was last seen, the Sustainer decided to go to sleep. Or they are here in this world watching us. I mean, of course there is the Paimon question. Is Paimon the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles? That is an option. I'm kind of, on one hand, I hope so, because that would be an incredible plot twist, and that would be really fun to explore. On the other hand, I sincerely hope not, because that would be heartbreaking. I think Paimon would be devastated. Anyways, so the Sustainer of Heavenly Principles is either injured, dead, asleep, exiled, Paimon. We don't know, for whatever reason. They're not really paying attention, it doesn't seem like. So, maybe they put into place the vision system in order to control people on their behalf while they were gone. But that question really relies on when was the first vision awarded? Was it 400 or 500 years ago or not? I want to assume it was before 500 years ago, or else we would have heard by now that visions only started fairly recently, right? It seems like they've been around for absolute ages. I really feel like it would make sense that they started after the Archon War. But then that would make sense with what Cassiodor is saying, because he's saying that humans can never become gods. And he's definitely pre-Archon War. But then that would mean that humans weren't becoming gods beforehand. But then visions maybe do allow people to become gods. But then that makes no sense. Because why have an Archon War? If you were then going to make a whole bunch of gods. Did you just not like the old gods? Oh, because they were all doing like Remus was doing? Like Remus and King Deshret and disobeying you? So you said, okay, get rid of these gods, give me new ones? And these ones will be always under my control? I don't know. Anyways, this statement is fascinating to me. We're in the middle of this whole dialogue. Sorry. Sometimes you just have thoughts and you have to share them. But Cassiodor, you forget. It was Remus's ideal not for all humans to become gods, to seize their own destinies. Do you not remember? Did the rites we researched and recorded in the Golden Castellum not chart a course to that very destination? So Cassiodor, or Botius is saying that in Remus's plan to have humans be in control of their destiny, he was basically elevating them all to godhood. But we did not then know what lay beyond. Had we known those thousands of years ago, Times have changed. Things are different now, Cassiodor. Join us. My preparations are complete. Only together can we accomplish this deed. I have rid my soul of all impurities, obtaining a true will. The stairway to heaven is but a single step away. I feel like Narcissus and Kreutz would be very fascinated to talk to this guy. Anyway. I merely need to gather all wills that have been scattered throughout the waters, yes, even yours, which Remus personally severed. 2 minds shall merge into one, and thus shall Remuria be whole once more clad in immortal form, infused with refined steel and stone. We shall take on flesh once more, and a new Sebasto shall be born. But not only that, I shall also gain that which even Remus could not attain, the power to change the very essence of this world. I really don't think this guy will have enough power to affect the divine laws. I think he's in way over his head and doesn't even realize it. I will turn back the wheel of fate, usher in the old world's return, and bring justice to the land. The surface dwellers shall submit to our will as they must. I shall be as the hymn says, and when they use their will to command, the rest shall bow down and listen. Would you call these literal delusions of grandeur? You know, I will not acknowledge you. You have defiled his ideals. I will uphold my own justice. I'm so proud. The nation of justice indeed. It matters not. You will understand once you enter Phobos' melody. Then you shall join me. Oh, that was cool. Domain time? That seal, it was one of those seals we've been seeing, but red this time. This is Domus Aurea. Have I entered Remus's memory again? No, the atmosphere. It's different from before. Is this his living consciousness? Welcome to my palace, Outlander. My symphony. Boethius. Do not be startled. Have we not met aforetime and more than once? Whether through my phantom in the real world, or in the memory palaces Remus left behind. Oh, the music! But this is no phantasm of Remus's memory. This is my symphony, my golden stage. I knew it. I'm hoping we get to hear the original symphony, just a little bit of it. If we can remove Boethius's corrupted version, do you think the original symphony can return? Unfortunately, I think it's long dead, but it would be so cool if we could hear traces of it. Wails of sorrow ring off every wall. Is that so, Outlander? I know not from whence you came. It seems you are not a human birthed from the primordial waters, nor are you any surface being at all. I cannot see the color of your soul, nor can I touch it. Nonetheless, this is not your war. My vengeance against the surface dwellers is none of your concern. I know not why you hinder our work. For Monsieur Os, to save the people of Petrichor for the justice in this world. All of the above, I like this one the most, though. Justice? You can't actually be serious, can you? Oh, I'm serious. You may possess power that even I cannot perceive, but you would be naive, Outlander, to think that brute force alone will defeat me. I have long become one with the symphony that fills these deep seas. Even if you should destroy my physical form, so long as the agonized waters flow, and so long as the memories of vengeance do not fade. You know, he says that even brute force, or just brute force, cannot defeat him. But you know what could? Perhaps a story? Wouldn't you say that in this story he has well and truly become the evil dragon? I wonder how he would feel if I were to tell him that. I think he would hate it. My will shall not perish, and I shall remain a nightmare that haunts this world. You're calling yourself a nightmare? You know you're the bad guy here, right? Unless you choose as Cassiodor, as that stray cat did, exiling oneself to become the jailer of the old world. But I do not believe that one so distinguished as you would do so. Forsake that superfluous symphony of yours. Should the guilty not be punished? Is that not justice? Guilty, you say? They are innocent. No Fontanian is innocent. They are the spawn of our barbarian foes. Their ancestors seized from us the realms that should have been ours by right, and they must pay the price for that original sin. Ha! Original sin in baptism, you say? Interesting. Because I think if you look from the perspective of Celestia, the original sin might be using primordial power to create life. They don't like people doing that. But if you look at the perspective from the world, and what Boethius is saying right now kind of echoes this, wouldn't you say that the usurpation of the dragons was the original sin? You know? Have you anything else to say, Outlander? For Monsieur Ors, to save the people of Petrichor. Yes. Those people. They are neither your kin nor your subjects. On the contrary, so far are you above them that they might as well be ants. Perhaps not even that. The weak should submit to the strong. Is that not the law that this world should follow? And yet you say you will protect them. Is this your boundless mercy? Or simply folly? Or simply empathy for another living being? Gee, you know, the basic tenets of life? Okay. For Monsieur Os. Ah, but can your short friendship surpass the span of our kinship? Cassiodor and I, we were new humans, golems, crafted by Remus's own hand, and we are the final survivors. Compared with our other kin, his soul is like insoluble ichor. Other than myself, only he has true will, and only when we are combined can we become a complete self. So too are our wills one. The opera's final act shall see him return to us. This is his fate. Oh my god, so to our wills one. We saw that on one of the readable excerpts of the symphony during the Nartitzenkreuz quest. Man, I love how these two quests echo each other so well. That's so cool. I think we saw those in the seals that were sealing the Tower of Absissimus, the primordial water below it. Since you insist on sabotaging my plans, I'm afraid I'll have to ask you to stay in my palace for a little longer, or for a while longer. I cannot detain you for long, of course, but it should be long enough. Let us meet again when I become a god and sit upon the Sebastos' throne. You know, if the Sebastos had a divine throne, I think you'll find it is now occupied. Before that, let my little ensemble occupy you for a time. Here we go. To battle!
Hey Remus, are you watching? Will you help me?
Oh, I don't have a claymore. Someone's voice, Vega, Vega. Hey, someone! If you're not, I wish to aid you. Thank you, someone. I appreciate that a lot. My bubble will save me here. Oh my god, it does so little damage. They have high resistances, don't they? Oh my god, is this bubble slightly tracking to enemies? I don't think it does that, usually. Explore the mysterious space? Will do. Take me away, Remus. Oh. Cassiodor! Vega, I found you at last. Cassiodor! One to us! Well, you might have seen me in Sebastos' memories, but I believe this is our first time meeting in this manner. Time is short. Maintaining this form in Boethius' symphonic palace is no easy task. Let's keep this brief. Where are we, exactly? This is a space crafted by Boethius, the manifestation of his soul. It is maintained just as the Sebastos' memories you entered before are, by the grace of the symphony's might. So, just now... Yes, he used the music's power to pull us in. I suspect that Domus Aurea is too close to the heart of the Phobos, allowing him to directly influence the present world. If we truly allow him to obtain power that surpasses reality, he might even pull the entire surface world into this space. When that happens, his delusions will replace the old world, or his delusions will replace the real world, and Fontaine will revert to its appearance from thousands of years ago. Just like what happened in Petrichor. No, I suspect it would be worse still. Will he really become a god? That depends on your definition. It is not hard to give shape to false fantasies, but he will find transcending fate futile. Were it truly that simple, then those thousands of years ago, we would have already succeeded. All he can do now is drag more innocents into the nightmare of his making, turning them into walking, corpse-like puppets. Then we must stop him. That we do, but that cannot be done here. You must return to the real world. The bees! Follow the bees! In that, I shall aid you. And what about you? Not to worry. He has no plans for me at the moment. As for me, I've just thought of a way in which we can destroy him utterly. I'm pretty sure he wants to subsume you, Cassiodor. But sure, no plans for you at the moment. So long as he is waiting on that front, I guess. He has prepared a mighty form for himself in the real world, and plans to initiate a ritual within Domus Aurea that will have him take on flesh. As long as we can get him to lower his guard and gather the symphony scattered throughout the deep waters into that body, we can seize that opportunity to destroy both him and that body. That will put an end to everything. Only you can do this. Phobos' melody does not sing of your destiny, and Boethius cannot influence your soul. You are the exception to all that is planned. Perhaps that is why the Sebastos guided you here. Go now. My strength will not hold for long. Let us meet again in the real world, and we may yet bring an end to this long nightmare. Alright, hang in there, Cassiodor. Don't get absorbed, okay? Star shape.
Ah! You finally woke up!
Deja vu? Deja vu, deja vu. That's been happening to us a lot lately, hasn't it?
Paimon was worried sick. She thought you might have had your soul stolen by that jerk, just like all the townspeople.
I'm fine, Paimon. Did I pass out?
That's right. And after all that, Boethius and Monsieur Oz disappeared, along with that wave of sound, leaving Paimon all alone here.
Oh no. I'm glad it looks like Scylla came to comfort you, because I get the feeling Paimon would hate being alone. Underwater? Especially.
And then this big guy came along. Not that he helped much either.
I fear that was not up to me. I am but a soul that dwells within the ichor. And though that Remus did give me his final symphony, but to wield its power against Boethius is a different matter.
Anyway, Vega's woken up and seems okay at least, but where'd Monsieur Os go? Did Boethius?
I saw him. You tell of what happened within Boethius' soul palace.
Huh. So, Monsieur Os is in there alone?
He seems to have his own plan, don't worry. It is a bit concerning. Regardless, should he prove correct, then we still have a chance to defeat that shameless devil. But first, you must enter Domus Aurea.
Well then, big guy.
What are you looking at me for? Launch us.
Didn't you once lead a host of dragons to attack Remuria's capital? Getting us into Domus Aurea should be a piece of cake.
You have many ideas for one so small, little one. Still, this shall not prove as simple as you think. The chief strength of Dragonborn lies in our powerful flesh. Embedded into ichor as I am, all that remains to me is but the feeblest of wills. Destroying the Initiamiani exhausted nigh all my power, and Domus Aurea, defended by the Symphony's power, cannot be compared to gates of mere stone.
Wait, then aren't we fresh out of options? Are we really just gonna watch while that Boethius guy eats Monsieur Os up?
Peace, you rash little thing. I merely said that I was powerless, but it is not so for you. The power of the Symphony defends the palace. That same strength can be used to break it. But the Symphony that I can wield is...
Yeah, that super powerful Phobos thing is protecting the palace, right? How can we possibly beat it?
If you cannot beat it, then simply borrow what you need from it. Once upon a time, the will of Phobos flowed through golden aqueducts into every corner of Remuria. Though these paths and pipes have been destroyed, if you can connect the section that lies before you once more, the great gates of Domus Aurea shall surely open, just as they once did. That is what is written in the Symphony, after all. Sounds like it's worth a shot. Looks like we don't have any other options. I, too, made some discoveries while searching for anything Remus might have left behind. It appears that this devil has yet to join some fragments of the Symphony to his music, and they are scattered in this part of the sea. Come with me. If we can find them and use their strength, we might yet reverse the flow of time and return their aqueducts to their original form. Wow.
Oh, that does sound kind of promising. Let's get a move on then.
Puzzles upon puzzles, let's fix this aqueduct. Okay. Still feel like I could do something with this. Yeah, that's gonna light up eventually, isn't it? Yeah, so it's kind of like earlier in one of the artifact sets, we saw something about reversing the flow of time using stories, or superseding time using stories, you know? Retrieving things from the past, and so on and so forth. In this case, we're doing it with a symphony. But the symphony is... Should I go talk to him? I'm not sure what to do here. Maybe I should use this power. The symphony is a great story, isn't it? Rebuild this. So... these are strings. Or like a harp, isn't it? How do I rebuild this? I could try swimming under the pieces and pushing them up. I'm supposed to find pieces of the symphony, that's what it is. Let's go talk to Scylla, maybe he'll know. Ooh, Oculus. If I go right through it, that'd be hilarious. Darn. I went right over it. Illuminate the horn to awaken the score engraved here and allow the actors on the stage to return to their proper places. Oh, it's just like, oh, the bees! The bees approve. The bees approve. Who am I to say no? Let's see. Go the Oculus first. I bet, Protheus would hate it if we pointed out to him that there's oculi all over Remuria now. Because I believe they're basically condensed particles of hydro, but aren't they intrinsically linked to the statues? Where are they? I swear they're here somewhere. Here they are. Ooh, carp. Intense hydro energy. Yeah, okay. I guess it is technically just hydro. And the stories that say that the oculi are the eyes of the statue that have been lost over time aren't quite as accurate. Huh, okay. But it'd be really funny if you're like, hey, you know, there's a symbol of the god of hydro all over this place. Did we do it? There was a new tutorial right at the end there. Why did they kick me out? Maybe I have to do it outside of the screen? They stop their corresponding position. So... yeah, I think I might have to do it outside of this place. I need 3? 1, 2, 3? Might be, this energy. How do I get you to move? There we go. Or maybe it's like Celia's. I just have to nudge them and they go where they need to go. They don't seem to be interacting with the music and they don't have those music notes, so I think that's more accurate. You in the right spot? Yes. We did it! Wow, that's a big horn. It looks so tiny next to it. And now all the birds left. Bye, birds! See you at the next symphony. Pretty. It looks just like a certain artifact set, doesn't it? It'd be really cool if, as we did this, the sound of music in the water grew louder and more detailed. I'm hearing voices. Choir voices in the symphony now. It'd be really interesting if it, like, got more and more instrumentation. Did more and more of these. Where is this Oculus? Is it below us? It is! I see it even. Thank you. Ooh, I definitely haven't interacted with this guy yet. Let's have a little chat, shall we? Doesn't seem to have stopped you. Is there a bubble in the way? Wow, impervious. Oh, come now. Okay, the bubble appears and goes away randomly. There we go. Probably has to- it matches up with the light, I bet. Golden and red. Alright, be free, bestie. Oh, that's how you can tell if you've done them before or not. If the mouths are open, you've already interacted with them. Oh, one of these bubbles that I don't know how to train yet. Ball octopus? Can I move the bubble? Gotta be something I can do with those. Alright, let's get back to Scylla. If we see Scylla and we can fast travel to him, I'm sure he'll take us to our next symphony. Wow, he's way over, isn't he? Where's he down? He's down. That's why I didn't see him. Go forth, Vega! I honestly can't wait to see the aqueducts fully fixed. I'm guessing they'll have the harp strings. It'll be so cool. Follow this golden bee forward. It shall guide you to the next part of the symphony. Hehe. Oh my gosh. So many oculi down here. I'm thriving. We should stop by a statue. Hello, little bee. You are so cute. I love you so much. I'm trying to recall. Remember that one random fish that we saw in that one looking glass room? They did not look like this, did they? I swear I've seen this golden bee before somewhere. But that thing that we saw in that one room was more of a fish-like being, right? Harmony Shadow. Wow. That's really cool. Follow the bees. another Oculus! Ah! No wonder all the other ones in Fontaine are so spread out. All the close together ones are down here. Ooh, orb. Okay, bird phantasms. Yeah, it looks like the horn is already in its right spot. And this horn reminds me of this, like, one really random thing. Oh, hey! Will you go, please? Reminds me of this one, riddle that I read once. Oh my god, the memories. Pretty! Ooh, do you need to be freed, my friend? Are you trapped? That was a really bad shot. Those both were. Don't worry about it. There you go. Cool. Thank you very much, little jellyfish. Oh. We've got more animo slimes. Ah! Ooh, sparkly down there. I'm just hoping there's going to be some really cool readable down here. So far, it's been all investigates, which is interesting. There we go. Okay. And then illuminate the horn. Okay. This is so cool. Horn time. There we go. We did it. Wow, that is gorgeous. And that is rainbowy. Uh-huh. We are activating some godly power, aren't we? Ooh, it's a stone tablet. She said it! I'm so happy. Harmost's note 2. Aurelius once divided all phenomena into 4 categories. Substance, property, quality, and relation. Quality is the keystone, which is what is often called the quadrant of qualities. Memories, wishes, soul, and persona! Isn't this the same as, the 4 divisions of the being, basically? In Narcissus esotericism? These quests are so interlinked. The so-called piercing of the ego, or to play one's own music, is to pierce substance and quality, thus completely controlling one's own will, such that the musica humana may be as the musical mundana. But the music of both mortals and gods is fated to be fragile. Just like strings being pulled taut, even should they collapse on themselves, they cannot play a tone more sonorous than the pipes. Thus, just when you order slaves to play music, the ratio of the instrument's presence must be adjusted to avoid profaning the melody of morality. There's so much prejudice in that statement that I literally can't even understand what they're saying. What does that mean? Only by integrating and blending the melodies of mortals can a symphony that can vie with the fortuna be written. This is the Phobos of which we speak. Okay. One can imagine, should Phobos cease playing, all would collapse in an instant. Mortals and gods are destined to be conquered by Fortuna and to sink into dreamless dreams. No matter how you change your own tune, you will finally reach the preordained note. As a musician, you should know that if the last note cannot be changed, then the melody itself, too. They cannot write their own music, and this is an end more terrifying than death. In other words, for mortals, distance from Phobos is tantamount to betrayal. The louder their music, the more resolute their wishes, the firmer the order of Fortuna becomes. None can escape. Therefore, they cannot be regarded as humans equal to us. Their choices do not come from their own wills, but rather the course charted for them by Fortuna. They have not the freedom to make decisions, and all they will do is play until the final note that was written long ago for them. Based on morality and rationality, the only choice we have is to eradicate them. What? Boethius, this horrible man. The only choice we have is to eradicate them from the soil and waters, as we would eradicate plagues and extinguish wildfires? Otherwise, Fortuna's symphony will grow to a deafening roar until there are no and never shall be other possibilities, as never again will it be possible to choose rebellion. Okay, okay. The first half of this I found very interesting. It's curious how Nartitzenkreuz, I'm guessing that they stumbled across these notes, basically, or Romurian theory, and integrated it into their research, you know? I feel like they might have even said that at some point, that something like that happened. But Nartitzenkreuz really feels like it was building off of this, right? But it's curious how, you know, across the world, basically, we've seen this most in Sumeru and Fontaine, but I would not be surprised if there are histories along these lines in places like Mondstadt and Liyue and Inazuma. I have to go check. Oh my god, Dragonspine. Ooh. And almost Watatsumi as well. But basically, we're seeing different attempts by peoples across the world to escape from fate and the story that has been preordained for them, basically, the Fortuna, right? And so it's curious how in Nartitzenkreuz, the Nartitzenkreuz Order, that is, their goal is kind of to use the will to completely control the body and separate the ego from it, right? Something along those lines. Forgive me, I don't have the exact verbiage right in front of me. But meanwhile, in here, in Remuria, it was basically defining the ego to such extent that you are completely separated from the Fortuna, completely controlling one's own will. So it's really interesting. It's so similar, and yet it's different. And I think that makes so much sense, because clearly this didn't work. And so, of course, the Nartitzenkreuz Ordo tried something different, building off of this attempt. That is so cool. Yeah. Piercing of the ego, to play one's own music, yeah. It's like, I'm not entirely sure, just looking at this note, and I don't have the other ones in front of me, of course, if they're trying to strengthen the ego and isolate it, or if they're trying to disrupt it in order to completely control one's own will. It's fascinating. The idea of controlling your own will versus using your own will to control your physical form. How curious. Oh, but yeah, oh my god. So, Dragonspine, do you suppose, because I know there's an ancient civilization there, and literally at the time that I was first exploring Dragonspine, I didn't realize that ancient civilizations in this game had this level of detail. So I basically remember nothing about it. I don't think I ever even learned anything about it. There was a princess. Yes? Anyways. So, I don't really remember what they were up to, if I ever learned what they were up to, but it would be really curious to see, or I would be really curious to see, if they were also trying to subvert fate. What I was getting vibes from, based on what we learned about them from Sumeru, interestingly enough, because they got a nail dropped on them. It's still there even, it's the first one we saw. Like, my guess would be that they did something along the lines of forbidden knowledge. Forbidden knowledge, the treatment seems to be get a nail. Meanwhile, subvert fate or create new life, and the punishment is more severe, perhaps you could say? I don't know, those nails aren't exactly gentle either. But yeah, so definitely something interesting is going on in Dragonspine. I have to believe, I believe. I'm so excited to get back there one day. But on the other hand, Watatsumi Omikami seem to be trying to subvert fate by simply escaping it, fleeing it to the depths, which is one of the reasons why I find Hydro to be a very curious element in this game, because what about fleeing deep below the ocean can cut off your connection to the gods and to fate itself? Is it the whole idea of just being where the gods cannot see you? You are no longer under their control? Or, I don't know, because that would imply then if you were deep below the earth, something similar could help as well, or it could happen as well. But we've been to the chasm, and the chasm doesn't have a story going on there either. A story along the same lines going on there as well, that is to say. Because, first of all, there is a nail down there. So the gods definitely have a presence down there. And there is forbidden knowledge down there that was converted into the oozing muck by that nail, kind of suppressed, you know. So, I don't know. It seems like going below the earth, it doesn't hide you in the same way that going below the waters does, which is very curious. You know what? Ooh, here's another thing. It's speaking of death being a godly aspect, so we've talked before about how the artifacts correspond to the 5 shades, or the 4 shades in the primordial one. Presumably, I don't know if this is confirmed, but I think it's a very interesting theory. There is a plume of death here. That's pretty, I feel like, conclusive evidence, if these do correspond to shades, that there is a shade and therefore a divine connection to death, right? But also, you know what? Yonathem. Yonathem is basically history within the earth, right? I could pull up a definition. I should pull up a definition. Let's pull up a definition. So let's see. From Wikipedia. An eonothem is the totality of rock strata laid down in the stratigraphic record, deposited during a certain eon of the continuous geologic timescale. So it's basically the historical record of the development of the Earth, I suppose you could say. I do find this very interesting, because we have seen stratigraphic layers in this game, which I thought was curious, because that implies plate tectonics and whatnot, and like the shifting of the seabed into the ground, kind of, you could say. So that has interesting implications for the shape of this world and the history of it. But if you want to say that geologic record has a corresponding shade among the 4, then that would mean that the deep earth is also perhaps a dominion of the gods. Notice that there's no corresponding representation of hydro in this area. I mean, you could say, looking at that then, you could say there's no representation of pyro either. Or, well, I suppose animo could be the feather. Dendro could be the flower. But still, it's just, maybe that's why being deep below the earth, even though it keeps you from the gaze of the gods, doesn't necessarily keep you away from their influence and power. I don't know. Just because it doesn't seem like it does. Now, I saw a chest down here, didn't I? Didn't I see another chest that was just like in the water? Did I already collect it and just straight up forget? I think I did. Oh well. Should we fight these guys while we're in here? Probably, right? I was enjoying this lovely music though.
Time to shine. By royal decree.
I am doing my attack, sir. Please don't attack me while I'm in the middle of attacking you. Nervously keeping an eye on that other guy, I tell ya. Alright, let's back it up. I'm gonna do this. Oh, you're still alive? Oops. Oh, move. Heal. Oh, I'm gonna die. I am definitely going to die. Oh, hey, I survived somehow. It's a miracle. Go ahead and bring this back up. Move, because I'm definitely going to be attacked at that point. Yep, okay, great. Bring back Oz. I survived, though, that time. If I can get that guy to stumble, that would be nice. I did not, though. Oh, this water is going to be my downfall. I don't like fighting in the water. It's very stressful. Okay, Marina. And back to Navia. You're going to attack me with fire, so I'll just run away a little bit. Hopefully the battle doesn't restart while I'm over here. I don't like that your health bars disappear. That's usually a bad sign. Attack this guy. He's almost out of here. There he goes. Great. Get Oz back on the field. Ooh, my goodness. This place always gives me really good drops. I swear. Hi! We survived. Wow! Both of them gave me 4 stars. That's bonkers. I love it. Wow, and we're already fully healed.
Is this an answer from this world?
Yay! Okay. Let's get back to our good friend, Tilla the dragon. Here we go. Okay. Scylla, do you wish to speak about anything? I notice you're not moving on to the next one. Tell me about the scattered symphonies. How many are there? I would assume 3. I'm sure you have encountered in the music recorded in the form of paintings, yes. In the past, Remus's musicians would cover every rock and stone wall with their melodies. These days, only these golden bees shall heed the summons of the symphony. Okay. That's sad. Where's the next one? Will this tell me where to go? Oh, that's so cool, the strings drifting on the current. Ooh, well, I'll take an Oculus. Maybe this guy will send me up to it. Maybe not. That was random? Okay. Does that imply that this place will one day be drained of water? I kind of hope not. Yay! Ah! I tried to turn around underwater, I love it. Up or down, do you suppose? Could be down. There's a giant rock shelf there. It could be under. Since we're up already, we'll check up first. Oh, it's up! Wow, it's right here. Yay. Okay, so... I did the whole thing down there, didn't I? Bees moved. So, where's the next one? Do I go to the aqueduct next? Will my quest guidance give me more? Okay. Follow the bird phantasms. Ooh. Yep, I see. I left and I should not have left. Does that mean that the other bird phantasms from the other puzzle I also should have followed? That seems likely. They were very noticeably flying away, so I thought they'd be collecting at a convenient spot later on, but apparently not. Apparently I ought to have pursued. Oopsies. Here's the flies. Completely missed that one. We got one though. There they are. Hey birdies. Thank you for waiting for me. I appreciate them moving slowly. That I, with my poor stamina, can pursue. Oh no! Bubble! How do I get inside Bubble? Think of something? Yeah. Seems smart. I guess we'll get that one later. Follow our birds first. Yeah, they are waiting once again for us. Thank you. Ooh. Oh. They do give us a cutscene when we've completed part of it. That's good to know. I was wondering. Hidalga! Hooray! So... I do kind of want to interact with this, but I also really want to find those other birds. Part 1. Oops. Follow. Teleport over. I appreciate them putting teleports by the puzzles. I was wondering, like, why would I need to come back here if I finished this puzzle already? Maybe for other smaller puzzles in the area. No, it's because I didn't finish the puzzle, and they accurately predicted that I wouldn't. And there's probably other puzzles around here too. Thank you, birdies. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I bet the strings are going to look amazing! What you got for me? Heard another Oculus.
Oh, alrighty,
Says Paimon, and then I didn't look because I'm looking at this now.
alrighty. Looks like the waterways are reconnected. Next, we should go back and look for that big lunk, eh? Paimon wonders how Monsieur Os is doing. We've gotta hurry up. Huh? Vega, what's going on? Is it happening again?
Oh, did I pass out? The way her vision just went downwards. I had a dream. In that dream, even mortals had free will and their fates were uncertain. Hi, Scylla. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is from the memory. Remus, I must remind you that in my view, both your kingdom and the symphony you composed are now beyond your control. Though I have never expected much from those created by the usurper of the many waters and nurtured by yourself, the extent of their degradation is shocking nonetheless. The civilization created by you and your subjects shone brighter than all others in the world, but naught remains now but a deep, impenetrable darkness. The atrocities committed in the name of civilization and order were far crueler than even pure barbarism. Even the most savage and violent of bishops would never engage in such meaningless slaughter. I am perfectly aware of all that you say. You know, And yet you remain indifferent. Or are you powerless? No, you could easily destroy those mortals who deserve punishment if you so wished, but you cannot bring yourself to do it. You love humanity. This is the curse you bear as a usurper. It is time for me to depart. I will not aid them in butchering innocent mortals, but neither do I harbor any desire to stop them. You once promised the usurper of many waters that you would use the pure water she granted you to create a world of endless prosperity, one without conflict. I followed you to the surface precisely because I wished to witness that future, but this is how it turned out. You have failed, Remus. You could not defeat fate. Blood shall stain the high sea red once more. Such is the cruelty the heavens show to their creation. I have a plan. Oh, you always were one to have many plans, Remus. But all of them lie in the dust now. Even you do not know where it all went wrong. Oh? Would you like to hear it, though? This will be the last one. I distinctly recall you saying the same thing when you persuaded me to leave the Fontamer. But speak now, before I return there, to the side of the usurper of many waters. Fascinating. Fascinating. This must be the plan to have Scylla attack. Oh, but we don't get to hear why? Come on. Scylla, do you remember after this? Only you could be so toweringly selfish, yet so utterly selfless. You even took me into account, did you? Recklessness. How terribly rash of you, usurper lord of mortals. Still, your plot pleases me. The mere thought of leading my bishops and trampling your arrogant, foolish people underfoot brings me joy. But this shall be mere ceremony. Just a show. Fret not. I shall be, as you said, merciful. But if you do this, your life as a god shall come to an end. There will be nothing left but the symphony. Have you considered this fully? Of course. Of course. The box of horrors that I opened, so too shall I shut. Good. Then I accept your proposal. If the time should come, I shall join my strength to that of your symphony. Phobos' chains shall be broken, and your people shall once more be free. In that case, please accept my final symphony. Oh, it really seems like he was trying to do something similar to what Focalors did. The city built by the harp was toppled by the piping of reeds, something about heavens and evil.
Did you see Remus's memories again, Vega? It wasn't another one of Mr. Evil and Rude's this time, right? Even in dreams, that jerk's just super irritating.
I think I know what Remus's plan was. We must destroy Phobos. To accomplish it, we will need to play Scylla's symphony.
Eh? What's with that all of a sudden? What did you see in the memory?
Fascinating. Remus's power lingers still in the deep seas and has not dispersed. And I, too, am here at last. Do you know what that means? The conditions have been fulfilled. Indeed, that is why I have come here with you. To make amends for a millennia of regret. Now, the final question is Phobos.
Wait, Paimon's confused. What are we using the music for? It's nice that you understand each other and all, but you're leaving Paimon out. That's unfair. Tell her what's going on.
The final symphony Remus gave me, or the Requiem, is an order for the Phobos to self-destruct. He was to sacrifice himself to unleash the symphony's power, and it would fall to me to control the primordial, savage energies that he would awaken. That was how he would free his subjects from their stone bodies and give them back forms of flesh and blood, destroying the artificial barrier between races. He once instructed me not to reveal this plan to any of his subjects, for it was only by making them realize their limitations that prejudice and arrogance could be set aside. It appears, however, that you have pierced together his plan through the memories he left behind, Vega.
So that's what happened. But his sacrifice was wasted in the end.
Perhaps. But now that my soul has been freed, there is a chance to make amends. The lost souls of Remus's former subjects remain imprisoned in their statues. If we defeat that monstrosity, we can use the Requiem to give their souls release, allowing them to return to the high sea, the eternal cycle of life and death. Curious. Cycle of life and death, you say? So the deep sea is not subject to it, but the high sea is? I mean, a clear divide there is the deep sea does not seem to be under the control of the gods, where the high sea does. We know, literally, the Hydro Archon, I believe, has dominion over the high seas. Those nowadays, though, that would be Neuvillette again, perhaps? But still, the eternal cycle of life and death. Oh, please elaborate on the mechanics of that. No. That way, I may consider myself to have fulfilled his wish. Perhaps that is why I came here. Indeed, Outlander. Perhaps this is indeed a fated encounter. So I really get the feeling, Requiem. I really get the feeling that, look at him go! Life and death existed in this world before divinity came. Naturally, right? There was life in this world before they came, so I feel like there should have been death. But they kind of gained control of it, it feels like. I love how you can even see him moving on the map. That's so cool. At least on the mini-map. Alright, we are kind of right at an hour. Or 2 hours, that is. So, I think I will end it here. That we can have this finale the next time we come back to this quest. And just do that all in one go. Hopefully, I don't know how much longer it'll be. But if it ends up being pretty short, I do have some ideas for other things that we can do. Which would be fun. Alrighty, so I leave you with this beautiful, yet incomplete symphony, perhaps. This one's been really cool. As you can see, it's causing me to have a lot of thoughts, and I enjoy having thoughts and theorizing. So this one is delightful. The natural cycle of life and death, and the roles of the ley lines and of the gods in it. This is so cool. I love the world building in this world in general. And I hope we get to learn more about that next time. It's curious because it seems like in order to avoid fate, Remus tried to do that. Look at Scylla just... I love it. It seems that part of Remus's plan to avoid fate was by removing his people from the cycle of life and death. And I really feel like that implies that Celestia does indeed have control over life and death then, at this point. So, I wonder what the natural mechanism of it was, and I really feel like Irminsul is part of Celestia's ability to do that. Does that mean that Irminsul existed before and they took it over, as they did many things? Or was Irminsul and the ley lines created by divinity? I should look into Irminsul and the ley lines. I feel like there's more details out there that I could easily learn that I just haven't read yet. Let's put that on the to-do list. Anyways, for now, we are done here. So, I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. A special thank you to our Patreon supporters, Jay Blakewood, Konosard, Power of Chaos, Mary, Edu, Gibrilia, the Loyal Servant of Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa, Ruru, Lycan, Axel Iron, Jake Quillen, Lunar, and all of our anonymous patrons. Thank you all so much for supporting, and I will see you all in the next one.